All right, chapter intros. Zakia, let me know when they're just going to need to unmute. I think Drew's going to unmute to do the Seattle chapter. So hopefully that'll work out. I think so.
Drew's audio will actually come out of the speakers, theoretically, if everything works. So fingers crossed, please.
Thoughts and prayers, y'all. All right, so we're gonna do some chapter intros. So now that you guys know what Surfrider is all about, we have a lot of amazing chapters in the Pacific Northwest. And so we wanna give you guys all an opportunity to just give a quick overview of what kind of programs and campaigns y'all engage in so that you're aware of each other's awesomeness. Because, you know, you should be. So I don't know if you guys know, but Canada is on its way to being a full affiliate as of January 1st. We are cutting to the tether, which is a little bittersweet for me because I do help manage our BC chapters and they're amazing, but we'll still be pretty tight. So I'm going to sort of just touch on some of the work that they do just because I think it's cool. And then we'll go through Washington and Oregon in no particular order, maybe alphabetical. I don't know. Obviously not. Never mind. Geographical, north to south. All right, this is the instructions. Ignore those. You did them. Thank you. I think I gave a gold star to South Sound because they were the first ones to finish their slide. So Surfrider Canada has 3 chapters in Tofino, Victoria, and in Vancouver. I just got back from their conference, and normally we would invite them to our Cascadia conference, but they just finished theirs. So they just weren't able to make it, but they send their regards and they wish they could come. And in the future, they normally have their conference earlier in the spring. And so hopefully we'll be able to, you know, experience each other's awesomeness at our respective conferences. So they will always be invited to the Cascadia conference. So hopefully they'll be able to attend in the future. Oh yeah, I didn't, are you ready? You got to come up and talk in the mic though. So I don't know if I warned you.
Just to clarify, Canada became like a formal international affiliate. Now we have Surfrider Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, international entities in Europe, Australia, international network. Affiliate. One of those now, so they've kind of grown up to become their own country.
Yes, they have.
Okay, you have to come up here.
Yeah. I'm still working with Canada until the 1st. All right. You guys want to come up here to talk about your chapters? Okay.
All right.
It's another good start.
All right, sure. Yeah, hey, I'm Rob. I'm from Bellingham. We've got the Northwest Straits chapter up there. Our team includes Eleanor Hines. Most of you, a lot of you probably know her, long-term stalwart, inspiration for all of us. So she's our chair. I'm the vice chair. We've got Laura Ward. She's our partnership coordinator. Jamie is kind of our communications officer coordinator. And then Grace is actually cool. She's a high schooler who was interested in helping out. She does like cold water swims. Like there's like a group in Bellingham that just like go swimming without wetsuits or anything in the water, just open water. And they contacted us. They're like, hey, we heard you guys do like water testing. We want to do water testing wherever we go swimming. And we're like, all right. And so Grace has become our Blue Water Task Force coordinator. Yeah, so that's one of the programs we run. We also do a lot of beach cleanups. And recently we've had some, there's been like kind of some access issues come up to a certain public access beachway called Cherry Point on Gulf Road. There's some finagling going on with private entities around there that we're concerned about. It's kind of on the back burner now, but we're keeping an eye on it. We haven't had too much with OFRs, and we do try to get involved civically when we can.
Yeah.
So
you guys are great at doing participating Ocean Recreation All Day, and for the beach access, they were on it for years in the community for getting people to show up at the city council meetings and have the city council or county council rescind the ordinance that was going to block access. So it's kind of a victory, but we expect more shenanigans from the private landlords. So
Yeah.
We're not calling it.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, ready? No, we should.
All right, can you hear me? Hello? I'm not sure the audio is coming through.
Drew, I can hear you.
Okay, well, that's good.
I don't know.
I can hear you too. Woo!
Hey, Seattle.
Can anyone hear any of us? All right, well, I would move on.
Wait, sorry, the main computer like left. Oh,
This is gonna be the most anticipated chapter intro ever. Now my face is really, really big. Still not sure if they can hear me.
Sorry, it worked yesterday. That's how it always goes.
Testing, testing, testing.
Yeah, Drew, I can hear you. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Now your face is really big.
Oh no.
I need to hmm. Any luck? No. Well, now
Am I
that
doing
everyone-
this?
Hello.
I'm sorry, guys. All right. All right. Seattle is awesome. I always love going to see them. They have a really amazing, fairly new EC that they've been able to recruit during the pandemic. They have some total rock stars. So they started out with like 1 or 2 people and now have built this amazing team. So Rachel is our really effective and awesome volunteer coordinator and just a delightful human being. Charlotte is the vice chair. Drew is the chair. Maddie is our communications guru, and Alex is the treasurer. And they've been doing a lot of regular cleaning cruises, and so they're putting a lot of fun in their cleanups by having adjacent paddling opportunities associated with each one. So that's been really awesome. I haven't been able to make one yet, which makes me sad. Oh, Rob went to one? That's awesome. I love that. And then they've been doing a lot of monthly chapter meetings with some really amazing speakers that people have just really turned out for and are really enjoying. So they've been getting a lot of great turnout at their chapter meetings. And then they've done a few film screenings. They just showed, what is it, Waterman? The Duke, yeah, Hawaiian-based film. And then they've also been going, they did, like they said, some outreach into local high school, and it was really successful, and they seemed to really enjoy it. And the students were super receptive to everything they had to share as well. So I think they would like to continue doing more outreach into schools and, you know, doing that sort of education, but with that hopeful element that Surfrider, I think, is really good at, is that positive, hopeful element to the whole climate issue. Did I cover it, guys? Panicking. They good? Did they give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Perfect. Oh, and yeah, they do beach cleanups. Oh wait, they don't have Blue Water Task Force, so never mind. Cool. Ready? We moving along? And they've been using the heck out of Golden, so they all get golden stars for using Golden. It's not letting me go. Who's next? All right. Who's this? South Sound Surfrider. Who wants to step up to the plate, Trish?
We're supposed to have one person who don't follow all the rules, so me and Max are gonna do this.
I'll stand that.
Okay, I'll just walk through a couple things. My name's Trish Long. I'm the treasurer of the South Sound Group. I just joined in November. And our team, when I joined, actually was just Lucas, Renell, and Stina really handling the entire thing. So Lucas is our beach cleanup coordinator and also gets all the approvals and everything done. I'm treasurer. V, who is also here, just joined us last month, voted in as our secretary, straight out of Austin, Texas. Renelle Nystrom, I think all you guys know and love very well. She might be online on Zoom, but she's at a family reunion. And Stina, our lovely Stina, is our Blue Water Task Force coordinator now. And then Mike Webb also just joined last month, who is actually the founder of our South Sound group. So super stoked to have him back with all his great ideas. Yeah, so we have, I'll talk to a couple things, the monthly beach cleanups. We've done 12 this year. We have one every month, and then we've also partnered with a group partnership, and they are actually trying to prevent the trash, you know, by doing beach cleanups before it gets to the ocean. So we're doing Puget Creek, which is close to our Tacoma waterfront. Ocean-friendly restaurants, thanks to Renelle, we have 6 now in the South Sound. She added 4 more this year and is working on all the renewals post-COVID. And then what else was I gonna talk about? Membership, we also brought on 16 new members this year. And I think we have about 85 members actively working with our group. So turn it over, Mike. Yeah.
So I'm here to represent the chapter that comes from a rather diverse urban environment with no surfing going on. And, you know, old guys do count. So I guess I got stuck in this position of giving some history. But I think really what's important is the people that have connected to other organizations in our community. There's an awful lot going on. There's a lot of organizations working on we have a port, which is an estuary, which is our waterfront. It's, you know, very complicated. We've got a chapter that depends a lot on these other organizations for opportunities to be out in the community and testify and do the things that Surfrider does so well. We've also had the luck of having a Blue Water Task Force from the get-go, like in 2005, thanks to Charlie and all the work in Newport that introduced us to that as we were starting, and having a health department beach program community lead on our executive committee. So we've been right there, and I've been at beach cleanups and beach cleanups and beach cleanups, and that community is what keeps our chapter so strong. We've also had monthly meetings that have technical content, again, because we have this huge community of scientists, tribal representatives, fish activists. Now, our main campaign is to breach the 4 Lower Snake River dams to save the salmon, that save the orcas. I mean, how best in the Sound to get something that grips everybody. The orcas are so important to our culture and the tribes and this whole community. And they even show up in our bay sometimes. So that's the South Sound.
And we'll have our very own Stina Troyer talk about their Blue Water Task Force program a little bit later.
Yeah, the Jack Johnson concert. I mean, again, as part of the community, it's something we've done along for a number of years. And we also do an Outer Coast picnic or beach that goes along with the Outer Coast and the international cleanup. Yeah, so again, we've been involved with those over the years.
Yeah, awesome. If you're not familiar with All at Once, talk to them during lunch because it's really cool, but we don't have time right now. Sorry. Olympia, Christine.
No, I can talk fast. This is it. So the Olympia chapter, we aren't necessarily having public meetings right now. We just don't necessarily have the capacity, but we are doing a ton of stuff in the community, and it's been so much fun. We're always going out to the coast, Twin Harbors for beach cleanups. We've been able to partner with the parks and also get out to Ocean Shores, which is cool. And then we like to be at West Haven when the surfers are there for International Surfing Day. Super fun. So we do a lot of beach cleanups. July 5th is one of our biggest ones. Also, we had a volunteer this past year who's no longer in the chapter, but she really did a great job heading a specific yellow ropes cleanup from aquaculture. And that was a cool partnership with other organizations. And then those yellow ropes were collected and given to an organization called Net Your Problem. And they upcycled them into crab gauges. So hopefully we can do those, I don't know, with just like you, a chapter of you and me and Daryl. Hopefully we can still do those. We do the Blue Water Task Force. So we are at Squaxin Park, which is a big recreation area, especially during the summers, but probably year round. And so we do, we partner with Department of Ecology and do the water testing from May through August or September, Labor Day, yeah. So that's been super fun having volunteers. And then I personally love following Gus around when he's up on the hill. So I did add that in there because he's always like, he can never shake me. I'm always like, what are you doing now, Gus? What are you gonna say now? Like, can I testify? So we love to do as much legislative help as possible. Liz and I were on a TV show, on a public TV show, which I'm sure no one watched, but it was super fun. So that's that. And then I was on a show that I'm really sure no one watched called Just a Minute or something. I don't know, but it was super funny. It was with a librarian that I taught with for over 10 years, and she knew nothing. So it was more like a comedy routine. So if you want, I'll try to figure out what it was. And you can watch it because it's more like a skit on YouTube than it is me actually doing outreach. So and one of our biggest things is the cigarette butt cleanups, which I'm going to talk a little bit more later, so I won't go too into it, but it's been super. It's the most fun. It's just an hour. And I've been able to reach out to all the local businesses in the downtown, and they give really cool raffle prizes because we love our downtown Ole. And so then we can kind of encourage people to shop local, and they can support our volunteers with cool stuff. So ocean-friendly restaurants, we had 8 for a while. We have 3 registered now. We're working on registering the rest of them, and we have 1 new one in the mix. So that's pretty awesome. And I think that's all of the photos. See, that was fast.
Does pretty much almost all of this.
We do have a treasure. And I'm really sorry Derek's picture's not there. So.
So I'm Nancy, chapter chair, the Portland chapter.
Hi, Chanel, communications steward, past chair, all the things.
I'm Jess, I do ocean friendly restaurants, among other things. We've also got a new treasurer, Sierra, who's awesome. We've got a vice chair, Parker, and a volunteer coordinator, Jana, and a Rise of Plastics lead, Julia. Our main people. And so we've been active this last year, trying to continue to be active. We've had some capacity issues, like I know all the chapters have had, and are definitely trying to recruit more and just get more cleanups going again, because we haven't done as many as we used to. We used to be like, our challenge is always that connecting people to the coast, because we're not right on the water. So we used to do a lot more monthly cleanups, and those have kind of fallen to the wayside because we haven't had a Green Street sleep. But we're still doing them when we can. We still do our big action days. So paddle out to Ross Island, and we actually did a new version this year where we worked with a different, we usually go from the park, and we went from the other side of the river, and we're able to make multiple trips. So anyway, that was really cool. We continue to do chapter meetings when we can. We did one on sustainable fashion. We did our Halloween action day at Oswald West, and we're doing that again. That's our next event. Costumes. We did a corporate cleanup with Mika Investment Group. And we've got a few ocean-friendly restaurants. Continue to work a lot with Patagonia to do film screenings and table with them. And then we also have been doing a lot of plastic policy work. So Charlie's been awesome working with Realm Refillery in Portland, and we did like a reusable roundtable event to work on policy with refillables. So. Okay, so they're not here, our local chapter. A bunch of them are out of town. One of them's moving. One of them was supposed to be here, but they're not. So real quick, your local chapter. Charlie's your local. But the Newport chapter, unfortunate scheduling conflicts, has super active beach cleanup. They have done 26 cleanups so far this year, and International Coastal Cleanup Day, they had 5 different cleanups that they were supporting. They have pack goats that come help with the beach cleanups, which is super exciting. Crowd pleaser. An active Hold On to Your Butts campaign. They partner with state parks, so you might see the canisters around, and then also the city of Newport has several canisters. And then they also host Oregon's only youth-only surf competition, which we've got to do again this year, finally, after a 2-year break, which is super, super fun. And then this year they did a huge, massive 5th of July effort. We put hand painted barrels from kids out on the beach before and after the holiday that literally collected more than a ton of debris within 1 week, and then hosted 17 cleanups on the 5th of July throughout Lincoln County. And they work very closely with the local coastal haulers, waste haulers. And so all of that waste from 4th of July holiday was disposed of for free by the local haulers. So super fun chapter. I really wish you got to meet them. Some of them will be at the party tonight though. So you'll get to see them at the party, taking a break from like moving and stuff, you know.
Goose Bay. So yeah, Carmen is our founder of the Coos Bay chapter. We've got Ken, a new recruit to Coos Bay, getting active. I'm chair down in the local chapter. And we just had last weekend Stand Up for the Bay. What's that, 10th or 11th?
It's the 11th.
11th annual Stand Up for the Bay. And we partner with South Sloop National Estuaries. They come out and they paddle the Shamoosh, the canoe. And we had a good showing. It was pretty low key. Usually we have music and food and paddle jousting, but this year we're kind of like low key and just had a community paddle and had a good showing, and the weather was beautiful. Paddle jousting?
No paddle jousting this year.
No paddle jousting this year, but paddle. Oh yeah. All right. So okay. Anyway, paddle boards, a big like padded fist on the end of your paddle, and you try to knock each other off the board. It's super fun. The weekend before that, we had a beach cleanup, and then so it's been weekend after weekend of fun activities out in Coos Bay. We've got a lot of I don't know, campaigns. Lighthouse Beach campaign. Carmen could probably talk about that a tiny bit.
That's coming up next
Okay.
session.
Yeah.
Blue Water Task Force, ocean-friendly restaurants, we're slowly chipping away at that. We've been huge in the climate activism, working on the LNG campaign. We've all heard about that. That was, that's a victory. That was here in Coos Bay. We defeated that project. Of course, a lot of other help through other supporting networks.
Yeah.
We have a scholarship program that's been continuing to grow over the years, 2 student youth clubs, and just tons of stuff going on. So, our chapter executive committee is evolving right now. And so we're in a little bit of flux, but we are really committed to making sure that we're sticking around. Beach cleanups, of course, are kind of like the main function of our group. And that and Blue Water Task Force is what really started our group off, our chapter off. It was a pre-existing campaign or program that kind of led to the chapter creation, and continue to move on that too.
Yeah.
Anything else?